went to elementary up to the 5th grade in Mexico. There was a ton of kids in my block, in my neighborhood, so we had a lot of fun, playing outside.
My dad, he had his own business in the Philippines, so he would travel a lot. But on the weekends, he would come and pack us all in the truck to his hometown, his home village of Pangasinan. So we would spend the weekend there, spend the weekend with them, and we'd fish and spend the day just swimming all day. So that was probably my sweetest childhood of the Philippines, growing up around grandparents, food, and playing in the sand.
I moved at 10 years old. My father and my mother, they came looking for work. So once they kind of established themselves here with a job and with a place to live, they sent for me and my brother. The journey here was about 2 weeks from my hometown. It was a roller coaster of a journey, but we finally made it here, and we were reunited with my mother and my father and my other brother.
My grandma received a visa and took the 5 youngest children of 12 here to the United States. And so my mom got the cutoff, and they were like, well, you have to apply for your own visa. And she did, forgot about it. 20, 30 years later, she receives it in the mail, and my mom tells us, hey, we're moving to the States.
It was a difficult transition when we got here to adjust to the school system, to school, to the language. We didn't know any English.
I think the hardest part about immigrating to a new place is trying to fit in, and then you find yourself fitting in, and then you see pieces of yourself, you're losing yourself, your identity. But it was definitely a culture shock, because I remember even teachers like smelling my hair, and they would be like, oh, your hair smells like food and it smells so exotic. And at the time when you're a child, you don't really see those as microaggressions. Weird, maybe, like makes you feel uncomfortable, but you never really see those as things that you get accustomed and normalized in. When I met Sergio, I was 13 years old, and he was the only guy in middle school that was like super proud of who he was, like Mexican pride and speaking his language, meetings at a young age, and then organizing together and seeing organizing as a way for us to, as artist entrepreneurs, as artist organizers, that's kind of how we were able to create this business model that isn't necessarily like a storefront. It was more like a people-to-people kind of business. Our nonprofit is actually called Indigenous Roots, so it was incorporated in 2015. It really started out as our Mexica Aztec dance group, dance and drum circle that we founded in 2006. Indigenous Roots is really a home, a space, a mentality of being able to connect intergenerationally, interculturally, intertribal, interdisciplinary.
We created a space where where all these communities of color can come and work on their art, whatever art form that is, whether it's dancing, painting, sewing, wherever it is.
I'm very passionate about organizing events and doing community engagement, and I love being around people and just hearing their stories and seeing how we can amplify and build community power together. The Indigenous Roots Cultural Arts Center is actually the first arts and cultural space on the east side of St. Paul.
We have made a big impact because it is a space that is needed, and what tells us that is the thousands of people who have gone through there since May of 2017. We have 4 kids. They're all part of the family business, we're all in the dance group together, but we come together as a family unit. We've been able to be successful at it because we do it as a family.
Mm-hmm.
We all participate, whether, we might have to have dinner there, but we still have dinner together there. If we're not home, if we do something, we're doing homework or we're doing something else, we're at the cultural center with all of our children and just being participating as a family there. Don't take no for an answer right away. Don't give up at the first time of the first rejection or the first no or the first no, you can't.
It's like life. Like, you have to just keep learning. You have to be open. You can't be afraid to make mistakes, and you have to see every mistake as an opportunity for growth. I'm blessed to be able to come to work every day with my life partner and my husband and with my family, and that we get to share what we're good at and what we love to do and who we are to the community.
Our cultural center is it's already made a big impact, but it's gonna make an even greater impact in the years to come. So keep an eye out for us.